People usually think keeping your husband obsessed with you is about looking better, acting sweeter, or being more romantic. But all of those combined are maybe 20% of it. Another 20% is how you make him feel about himself, not you. And the other 500% is one thing almost every woman is accidentally doing wrong every single day. And here's the painful part. The harder you're trying, the worse it's probably getting. Let's start with a thing nobody tells you. Men do not become obsessed with women who are the most beautiful, the most available, or the most devoted. They become obsessed with women who make them feel something they can't fully explain and, more importantly, can't fully predict. Your brain releases dopamine not when it gets a reward. It releases dopamine when it's waiting for one. Which means the woman your husband cannot stop thinking about is not the woman who gives him everything. It's the woman who makes him feel like he's constantly in the middle of earning something. This is called the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain obsessively holds on to unfinished things far longer than completed ones. A song that cuts off before the chorus, a conversation that ended too soon, a woman who never quite becomes completely predictable. Completion kills obsession. Always has. So the first mistake most women make is trying to be his answer to everything. His best friend, his therapist, his hype woman, his chef, his event planner, his mother's favorite person, all at once. And the tragic part is she does all of this because she loves him. But what she's accidentally built is a life where he needs her the way he needs electricity. Necessary. Invisible. Noticed only when it goes out. You cannot be someone's addiction if you're their utility. Here's the counterintuitive part that will make you uncomfortable. The IKEA effect is a real psychological phenomenon. People place significantly higher value on things they helped build. An IKEA shelf your husband assembled himself, he'll defend that shelf with his life. The one you bought pre-assembled, he doesn't care if it breaks. This means the version of you he is most obsessed with is the version he had to work to understand, not the version you handed him on day one. Most women, especially in long marriages, make themselves completely readable. He knows exactly how she'll react to the in-laws. He knows exactly what mood she's in from the way she closes the refrigerator. He knows exactly what she'll order at every restaurant. That's intimacy, yes, but intimacy and obsession are not the same thing. Intimacy is warm. Obsession is restless. The question isn't, does he know me? The question is he still curious about me? Now let's talk about the mistake that ends more marriages than affairs ever will. It's not fighting too much. It's becoming emotionally predictable. You've probably seen couples where the wife is endlessly warm, endlessly patient, endlessly giving, and the husband slowly just checks out. Not because she did anything wrong, but because his nervous system filed her under safe and stable, and the brain is not wired to obsess over safe and stable. It's wired to obsess over what surprises it. Psychologists call this emotional contrast. The moments that create the deepest emotional memory are not the consistently pleasant ones. They're the ones with texture. Tension followed by warmth, distance followed by closeness, a conversation that challenged him followed by a laugh that surprised him. Think about your own strongest memories with him. They're probably not the average Tuesday dinners. They're the times something shifted, a fight that cleared the air, a trip where something went wrong, a night where he saw a side of you he hadn't seen before. Flat lines on a heart monitor don't mean the heart is healthy, they mean it stopped. Here are the 5 most dangerous sentences in relationship history. You can pick any that sound familiar. A. I just want him to be happy, so I never push back. B. I stopped having my own opinions, so we'd fight less. C. I'm always there for him no matter what. D. I changed everything about myself to fit his life. E. I don't need anything from him. I'm totally independent. Every single one of these sounds noble. Every single one of them quietly destroys attraction. The first 4 erase you. The 5th one removes his role. Because here's the thing about men that nobody in a self-help book will say plainly. A man does not fall in love with who you are. He falls in love with who he becomes when he's around you. If being around you makes him feel capable, seen, and slightly better than he was before, he will orbit you. Not because you manipulated him, but because you became the place where he experiences his best self. This is the Michelangelo effect in psychology. Partners literally sculpt each other toward their ideal selves over time. The couples who stay obsessed with each other are the ones who kept doing that. The ones who stopped growing each other stopped being interesting to each other. Which brings us to the part nobody wants to hear. The reason your husband might not be obsessed with you anymore has nothing to do with your looks, your weight, your age, or how much you do for him. It's because at some point, both of you quietly agreed to stop being full people and start being roles. He became the provider or the problem. You became the caretaker or the complaint. And roles don't obsess each other. People do. The single most effective thing you can do is shockingly simple and almost never tried. Develop a genuine obsession of your own. Not for him, not for your kids, for something entirely yours. A skill, a goal, a creative pursuit, something with stakes. Because a woman with her own fire is infinitely more magnetic than a woman carefully tending his. Passion is visible, and visible passion is contagious. Let's talk about practical things, because psychology without application is just expensive confusion. Stop being the one who always initiates emotional conversations. Let silence exist. Let him come to you sometimes, not as a game, as a genuine practice of having enough going on in your own life that you're not waiting. Stop over-explaining yourself to him. Mystery isn't about hiding, it's about trusting that not every thought needs to be shared the moment you have it. Stop complimenting him the same way every time. Repeated compliments become background noise. One unexpected, specific compliment at an unexpected moment does more than 100 generic ones. Disagree more thoughtfully. Not to fight, but because a woman with opinions is far more interesting than one with only agreement. He married you, not an echo. And finally, the hardest one, let him miss you. Not by disappearing, by being so genuinely full of your own life that your absence is actually felt, not just noticed. The real secret to obsession in a long marriage is this. He should feel, at some level, like he's still in the process of winning you. Not because you're withholding love, but because you're a full, growing, surprising human being. And full, growing, surprising human beings can never be completely won. They can only be continuously chosen. That choice, made freely, every day, that's not just obsession. That's the whole thing. Anyway, please donate a subscribe to fund the next video.